So I get a whole bunch of questions on the daily. Everybody's always asking me, yo, who do you ship with this person? Who do you ship with Natu, Gray, all these other people? So today I decided I'm just gonna make a video about talking about everybody who I ship with who. So if you see anybody in the comment section asking again, just direct them to this video because this is who I think is gonna end up with two at the end of the series. But let's get into the video. Now, obviously, number one is Natu X Lucy. I mean, this has been built up since the beginning of the series. I know there was a lot of people hating on it in the beginning, especially since when Lisana got introduced. A lot of people, they felt like that Nacho and Lisana should be together. Me personally, I was even one of those people. I thought that Nacho x Lisana was kind of like Naruto x Sakura kind of thing, whereas they knew each other as kids. They kind of like, I guess say they grew up together, and then Lucy came into her life, and then you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I do think that Nacho x Lisana is done. It's done. I mean, I was a supporter of it, but it's done now. Nacho x Lucy's in full force. He barely even hangs out with Lisana. But one of the things I do want to mention is that I think that Natsu actually shows his feeling towards Lisana, because remember back in the Turtles arc when they were locked up in the cage together, and then they were both, you know, they didn't have anything on, and Natsu, he literally, like, he deliberately took a look and he was like, it was worth it after he got kicked in the face. He's never really showed feelings like that to Lucy, but I do think it's going to come out sooner or later. So that's it for Natsu x Isana. Next one is my favorite, Gruvia, Gray x Juvia. Now, this one, right when these two met right off the bat, they already had the comedic purposes. When he accidentally touched Juvia, that was funny because at that point she was still a villain, but she still loved it. So that was funny, man. Gray x Juvia, this is definitely one of the most developed relationships, because Gray, he used to always shun her. He used to always be like, nigga, get away from me, get away from me. But now we know that he's going to give her an answer at the end of the arc, and we can all assume that he's going to say, yes, we can be together. I mean, hell, they even stay with each other during the time skip. So Gray x Juvia, my personal favorite pairing of this series. Next one is Jerza, Jalal x Urza, and yes, this is also another one of the most developed pairings. One of my favorite moments for this pairing is seeing anime only, spoiler alert, but in one of the recent arcs, all I'm going to say is that Urza got hurt really badly, and then Jalal, oh my god, his face, like his facial expression changed. We've never seen anything like that from Jalal. That was crazy, man. I enjoyed seeing that because that shows that he actually cared for her, and like we knew that he cared for her, but this time he was actually like showing it. You know, he was actually showing, hey, you hurt Urza, so I'm about to hurt you. And we already know that there was a little bit of comedic thing with the OVA 5. That was definitely some of the most funniest stuff I've ever seen, period. So yeah, Jalal x Urza, that's a given. Next one is Happy x Carla. Now this one has actually been getting some light because Carla, she's been feeling happy a little bit more after the time skip. She was starting to understand her, and to be honest, I didn't like Carla when she was first introduced, because Happy, he was always just trying to do good. He was like, here, you want some fish? And she was always like shunning him. He was like, get away from me, get away from me. But now I actually do like her because she's not being, you know, a dickhead to Happy anymore. So I actually find that that's going to be a funny pairing at the end of the series. Now the next one's a little bit controversial because I know some people don't think about it, but Laxus x Mira Jane. Yes, I've been a strong believer of this, and I know some people, they're like, where's the evidence to this? A lot of people, they only saying this just because. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a couple points of evidence. Now, even in the beginning of the series, some people might take this, they might not take this as serious, but Laxus, he was talking to Mira Jane. He was like, you know what, if you be my girlfriend, I'll help out with Makarov. So that showed that, I know he said something similar like that to Lucy, but I think that it actually held a little bit more weight because it was towards Mira Jane. He actually knows her, and she just looked at him like, man, this guy's disgusting. And then back in the Turtles arc, when Laxus actually gave his life, Mira Jane, or almost killed himself, Mira Jane was there by his bedside saying stuff like, you really do care about the Gills. She was crying for him and everything. And then that little cover page when it's those two like dance together. So I think it's been building up and just building up, and I think that at the end of the series it's going to be perfect because that's two of the strongest people coming together. Now, one thing I want to discuss before I move on is that I'm gonna be honest, I did not even know this is a real thing, but people actually ship Laxus x Freed. Yeah, let's just move on. I don't know, man. I don't believe that whatsoever. Next one is definitely the most confirmed pairing ever, Gajio x Levy. I mean, come on, man. The whole Kiss and Turtles arc. This is, yeah, I can say that this is the most developed relationship we've ever seen, period. Because they started off as enemies. Gajio crucified her, everything, and then to find out that these two started coming together. If you think about it, Levy, she might like to get abused. I don't know, but what's up with her. But yeah, we see what Levy does. She actually cares for Gajio a lot, and the whole thing. I know a lot of people they miss this, but in the beginning of the Alvarez Empire arc, they were actually sleeping together. Like you can see from like the little bed sheet. Like I know the panel was split up, but they were actually together. So that basically confirmed it. And not to mention the whole speech that Gajio gave. That if everything else that I showed you didn't confirm it, that speech it definitely did. Next one is. This one actually hurts me to think about it. Lisana X Beakslow. I mean, Lisana was fell down so hard, man. She used to be one of the main characters, or not one of the main characters, but she used to be paired with one of the main characters. And to just see her get so Beakslow, like I don't even understand this one. But I know some people said like stuff like back in the Tenro Island, how he showed up and he was basically there to protect her, and in the Grand Magic games. I mean, it could happen, but you know, I'm not really a too big fan of that because I think Lisana, she basically got thrown to the side. Next one is also another controversial one, is Wendy X Romeo. Now I know a lot of people hate that because some people are like, oh, Romeo's not important. Romeo, he is cool. A lot of people don't like him, but Wendy, I think it's gonna go perfect, especially with one of the things we got in the recent chapter. Romeo was scared, and we see Wendy, she came to his side and actually calmed him down. And I know a lot of people, surprisingly, a lot of people actually do ship Wendy X Shelia. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that one because I mean, I got no words for that. I don't ship it. I mean, I think they're gonna stay as friends. I don't see them getting like, no, I don't know about that one. Next one is Leon X Merity, and this one's simple, man. He's finally gonna get somebody. I mean, Leon, he's been wanting Julia forever, but now we know that he actually has some type of attraction towards Merity because when he first saw her, he was like, whoa, she's actually kind of cute. So it's kind of good seeing Leon not being he's not getting the Lisana treatment. You know, he's not gonna be on the back burner, and he's not gonna be able to get the person he doesn't like. Now this one again is more on the hidden side, which is Elfman X Evergreen. This one's more funnier because they don't like being seen in public together, and I actually find that funny. So you know, they're always sneaking around and everything, but you can if you got half a brain, you'll be able to tell these two are a perfect pairing together. Now this one I'm not a big fan of either. I mean, they have similar personalities, but Kana X Bacchus. Now all I know is that they like to drink, both of them, and a lot of people, they like to throw that together like, oh, so they're gonna end up together perfectly. But Bacchus is so farther, like that dude is so farther. He got like one shot, or he didn't get one shot, but he got defeated by Elfman and a whole bunch of, like, he's so farther to me. And I mean, Kana, I actually like her character, so if she does end up with someone like him, I can see how, but he's definitely so farther. I mean, Bacchus is on the farther end. Next one, Sting X Yukino. Now, I remember back in the day when I said this was going to happen, a lot of people were like, no, it's definitely got to be Rogue. And I was like, nah, it fits perfectly with Sting. And now that we got one of the recent chapters, Yukino, she was there to cheer Sting up, and it's basically confirmed now. She basically not looks up to Sting, but she has a lot of faith in him. They definitely are way more connected, so it makes sense. And speaking of Rogue X Minerva, yes, dark characters, dark pairing. We know that Sting, or Rogue, he's associated with the shadows, and Minerva, she's kind of like she has like a dark tone about her. You know, she was evil so many times. I mean, of course she's good now, but still, she still does have this little dark tone about her. And I know a lot of people, they do ship Sting X Rogue. I know I gotta address that. No, those guys are like brothers. No, that's not going down. Stop that. We ain't getting that in here. Next one is kind of, I believe this is filler, but it's canon. It's filler canon. Cobra X Kinana. I think that they had a filler arc. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they had a filler arc together, and a lot of people since then they're shipping them together. I mean, hey man, if that's Cobra's lover, then so be it. I mean, I didn't watch that filler arc, but I heard that they actually do have something, so good for him. Now the next one is Kyoka X Sailor, and I know this one's kind of like random because these characters are gone, but this was actually the first gay couple in Fairy Tail, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these two were actually confirmed to be together. We saw Kyoka, she was talking, or Sailor, she was talking to Kyoka all these weird ways. She was like, I'm sorry for being a bag. Like, it was just weird. It wasn't weird, but it was strange. Not strange is the wrong word to use. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm homophobe or anything, but it was a little bit off guard because that was the first gay couple that we seen. So I mean, Hiro Mashima, I don't think I ever seen a gay couple anime, so I guess Hiro Mashima went to throw a curveball. Now, the next couple are going to be, these are the final ones, but these are also going to be like reaches. I mean, next one is Gildart's X Irene. Now, that's been very popular in the community because Gildart's, ever since he showed back up, people are speculating that when he sees Irene, he's going to just like completely like love her or something. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, I honestly don't know if that's true because they're different sides of the field. I mean, granted, Irene, she did say that she liked to please men. We know that Gildart is a dirty guy, so maybe that's like I want to say like 15%. You know, I'm not completely sold, but I can see it happening. Next one is Acnologia X Ana, and this one, me personally, I gotta say that this could happen. I'm not actually saying that this isn't true because I know a lot of people, they get pissed off when they hear about Acnologia X Ana, but it could be happening. But I know this might sound weird, but I'm more of an Acnologia X Irene shipper. Yep, I said it. I shipped those two together because just the character interaction that they had. Irene saying that she wanted to please Acnologia being shocked and actually being torn. Like when they were fighting, Acnologia was actually surprised that she was actually able to keep up. So I doubt that Acnologia is going to actually have anybody because he's Acnologia, but you know what I'm saying. And last but not least, my second favorite one is Zeref X Mavis. Now we know that this was confirmed back in Fairy Tail Zero, and that even when they both got cursed, they still want to be together. And then one of the recent chapters, we see even though Zeref was trying to take Fairy Heart from her, he still didn't like seeing her suffer. I mean, Zeref, if he doesn't get rid of his love for Mavis, that's definitely going to be his downfall. I mean, point blank, period, man. So yeah, that's basically it for all the parents that I believe in Fairy Tail. Who do you guys believe in? What parents do you guys believe in? Make sure you comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.